This is Tales and Whispers, where every story is felt, not just heard.
You know how we think of nature having these rules? Predator, prey, rival, foe. Well, what if those lines could be completely rewritten? Today, we're jumping into a story that does exactly that, and it challenges everything we think we know about the meaning of family. I mean, just picture this for a second. A bear, a lion, and a tiger. 3 of the most powerful predators on the planet. Out in the wild, they'd be rivals, maybe even enemies, right? But what if they were brothers? It sounds like something out of a fairy tale, doesn't it? Well, you're not gonna believe it, but this story is 100% real. So where does a story like this even begin? Well, it's not out in some majestic jungle. It starts in a place far more sinister, hidden away behind a wall. Okay, so let's set the scene. We're in Atlanta, Georgia. The year is 2001. And on the surface, it's just another ordinary day. The police are in the middle of a raid on a drug dealer's home. You know, a seemingly routine operation. But what they were about to uncover in that house, well, it would end up making headlines all over the world. So they make their way down into the basement. You could just imagine it. The air's thick, smells damp, it's dark, and there's this heavy, oppressive silence. And it was there, hidden from sight, that the real story was waiting. Tucked away in the darkness, they found 3 tiny cubs. And no, not kittens, not puppies. We're talking about an American black bear, an African lion, and a Bengal tiger. 3 apex predators from 3 different continents who should never, ever be in the same room, let alone the same tiny cage. And they were in just horrifying shape, malnourished, absolutely terrified, and kept in these cruel, awful conditions. They were, quite literally, on the edge of death. But this is where the story completely shifts. It goes from this incredible darkness to a story of hope, and it's all centered around a truly unbreakable bond. The trio was rushed over to the Noah's Ark Animal Sanctuary in Georgia, a place that would soon become their permanent, loving home. Now, the standard procedure here, the law of nature really, is simple. You have to separate them. For their own safety, you just cannot house a bear, a lion, and a tiger together. The sanctuary staff, of course, fully intended to do just that. But then something incredible happened. The second they tried to separate the cubs, the little guys became incredibly distressed. They were clinging to one another, refusing to be parted. The staff described it perfectly. It was as if they just knew, instinctively, that their shared trauma had bonded them, and if they were separated now, they would completely break. So the sanctuary made a decision that was pretty much unheard of. They decided to throw out the rulebook and let them stay together. And that's how they created what the world would come to know as the impossible family. They were given names you might recognize from another famous story: Baloo the bear, Leo the lion, and Shere Khan the tiger. And just look at them. Against all logic, they didn't just coexist, they thrived. They ate all their meals together. They'd wrestle and play together. And every single night, they would sleep in this big, comforting pile. It was a sight that just defied all expectations and left everyone speechless. The staff at Noah's Ark gave them this awesome nickname, the BLT, for bear, lion, and tiger. They became a worldwide sensation, really, living, breathing proof that family isn't about being the same, it's about being there for each other. But, you know, as with all life, time always has the final say. And after 15 incredible years together, it was time for the end of their chapter. For 15 years, they were inseparable. But time inevitably started to catch up. In 2016, they had to say goodbye to Leo after his fight with cancer. 2 years later, Shere Khan passed away. And in 2022, Baloo, the gentle giant who had watched over his brothers for so long, finally closed the last chapter on their incredible shared life. And that end was absolutely heartbreaking. But their story didn't really end there. Because what they lived together, it became a message, a powerful final lesson for every single one of us. Their story really leaves us with this profound lesson. Shared pain can build a family. I mean, think about it. These 3 animals from different corners of the globe were bonded forever by the trauma they went through together. And this part, loyalty doesn't require similarity. It requires a true bond. Wow, they proved that what connects us is so much more powerful than what makes us different. So how do we actually apply this to our lives? Well, just like the BLT trio found unity despite being different species, maybe we can focus more on what unites us with other people, not what divides us. And when they were terrified in that basement, they didn't question each other, they just offered comfort. We can do that too. When someone is hurting, ask what they need right now, not why it happened. In a conflict, we can try to remember the shared history that binds us, just like their bond was forged in hardship. And maybe most important of all, if you're feeling alone, just remember that even the world's strongest predators couldn't get through it by themselves. Find one person to share that weight with. It can honestly change everything. So I'll leave you with this. Who is in your impossible family? Who's that person that, despite all your differences, helps you get through it all? The BLT story teaches us that sometimes the most unlikely bonds are the strongest ones of all.